Hello, this is Don White, the Superintendent of the Troy School District, and this is the board brief for the January 15th, 2014 Board of Education meeting. A quick review: board briefs are intended to be just an overview of the topics being discussed at the board table. It's not intended to be an in-depth analysis, and I just try to cover what we're talking about so that the community has an idea. First, I'd like to cover the topic that I'd like to talk to the board about during the Committee of the Whole. The Committee of the Whole happens at 5:30 p.m. in the district office conference room, and there's really only two topics this month that I need to talk with them about. The first is the typical agenda review, where we will review the topics that are on the agenda for action or discussion, and that'll come up in a second. And then the second is the possibility of a district organizational chart change. We have a resignation of a coordinator for special education, and since she will be leaving, it gives us an opportunity to rethink our administrative services and see if I can provide better services at the building level is my goal. So that will be discussed with the board. It's only a topic for discussion, and there won't be any action. I just want to get the board's input on the possibility of the organizational change. Now on to the regular board meeting agenda. The regular board meeting will happen at 7 p.m. and that will be in the boardroom at the district office. First, we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance and the roll call for establishment of a quorum. Review the agenda, any changes that might need to be made between now and then. We have our forum, which we have Students of the Month, and one of the highlights we're going to be doing this year is the Campus Technology Integration Showcase, or this month I mean, and Daniela Fountain, Nicole Barr, and Colleen Hansen are going to give us an overview, or give the board an overview of some of the great technology integration projects that are going on with students and teachers at the campus level, grades 5 through 8. We have our quick reports from the cabinet members. The consent agenda, typical kinds of things for consent agenda. We will need a closed session, but I'm hopeful that that can be done during Committee of the Whole. Then the action items. We have a couple of resignations. We have a few appointments of at-will substitute employees. Requests for a general unpaid leave of absence. Then the board will make a decision on the 6-month review of closed session minutes and the archived closed session minutes. This is a annual type of activity where they review the closed session minutes to determine if any minutes should be open to the public. And there's a hazardous routes designation. I don't anticipate any changes this year, so the routes that have been deemed to be hazardous for students to cross, things like River Road, Black Road, those kinds of roads that are high traffic areas, are deemed to be hazardous routes so that we are able to provide transportation even if the student lives less than 1.5 miles from their school. Then we have a second reading of policies in Section 6 and the first reading of policies in Section 7. So it's actually from an action item list. It's a short meeting for the board this month. And then we'll end with discussion and information items for the board. That's been the board brief for January 15th, 2014. Thank you.